Ah. Greetings, greetings. How you doing? How's everybody? Good morning. Welcome to the Impromptu morning espresso, which I've already drank. I guess there's some people that are unhappy with the stream already. I don't know why. I haven't even been on. Good job, Scott. Good job. Wow, it's 79 degrees out. Not very hot right now. Well, it just went up to 80 degrees here in Bangkok. Low is 77, high of 93. 54% humidity, which is pretty good considering how high it's been lately. Feels like 82. 6 miles visibility. Wow, windy. East-southeast, 9 miles an hour. Partly cloudy today. Yeah, high of 93. And the Thai Baht, where are you? 31.3396. I don't know. It's not my place to find out where everybody is. Why you gotta call them all those names, man? Why you gotta be like that? Huh? This is a family show. This is a family show, man. We can't be having those kind of words. Be happy, dude. You know, life is too short. Let's see. Let's just get rid of that. There we go. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I saw the other day in the grocery that they had Coke with coffee, and I remember hearing about it. Never drank it, nor do I want to. I'm sure it's very good. Nothing against Coke coffee, although Coke, Pepsi and all that is sugar water. Uh, the only thing that really prompted me to do a stream today was, I was going down to have my coffee, and my wife is watching the news. Said, "What's up?" And she shows the what was the guy, the commander? What was his rank? I don't know what his rank was. But it shows the guy, his wife, rather, shows his wife talking to the press. And apparently, she lost her mother and her husband. I like tea also. And what happened was she gave money to someone. This is her story. She gave someone money to give to this soldier, Jacques Piranha, or whatever his name is. What was it? Jacques Grandpan. She gave money to someone to give to him, and apparently that person didn't give him the money, and he went off, and that's what set everything off. Now, this is what she says. Now, I don't know, is it true? What's it about? I don't know anything else in that. But the amount is what set me off. 50,000 baht. 1,600 US dollars. And the guy didn't get the money. The intermediary, probably somebody who she thought was trustworthy or whatever, didn't give him the money. And that's what set this chain of events off. Life is cheap. So enjoy it while you can. Recurring theme in my streams and in my life, in my just about everything. I'm always thinking about, you got to do stuff while you can because you could be obliterated in a split second. And, drama is not something that's worthwhile. If you got major drama. Listen, what I always say to guys, I've said this for a long time, is if a guy let's say a guy comes to Thailand, and he's never been here before, he decides to hit the bars. He goes out, he meets a couple girls, none that really strike his fancy, but, he's bringing them home, bringing them to his hotel room, having his fun with them, having a good time, but, they're not his cup of tea. Then he meets one. She's a sweetie pie. She's yet to be tainted by the bar scene. She's a wonderful girl. Time goes by. He starts falling for her. Instead of thinking to himself, well, you know what? I'll be honest. I just forgot what I was going to say. I was going to tell a story. I got off track thinking about something else in my head. I got the split thing going on, the split screen in my brain, and I forgot what it was. But it was a good story. So I'm sure I'll remember it in a moment. But, this is what dementia does to you. Sunny day, yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. I have no desire to fly to Macau to take historical photos. Uh, Honestly, I just have no desire to do that. If I was going to go somewhere else, I would go somewhere that I really want to go to. What's happening, Alan? How you doing? Yeah, I mean, I would go somewhere else without a doubt. In Macau, I've been there before, and I didn't take a whole lot of photos there, but I did take some, and I liked the place. Very nice. I loved the place. It was really nice. I had a great time, but I don't want to go back. So. Yeah, I do. I would like to go to Scotland. I'd also like to go to Ireland because that's part of my heritage. Uh, and hopefully I will at some point. But, time's a wasting. I can only do so many things at once. And, it is on my bucket list. So, I cannot remember what I was going to say. It was a good story, a pretty good story. this is what happens to me sometimes. I'm trying to think of a million things, and I get caught up, and I lose my train of thought. It wasn't necessarily about bar girls. It was about going. Let me think here. Boy, imagine if I was a comedian. I go on stage and I'm like, what was I going to say? Just forgot. Oh, yeah, okay. Thank you. Keyword, drama. You hit it there, Jared. Thank you. Now I remember. Okay. So you go, and she's a sweetie. She's a lovely girl. Yes, and everything. Oh, the sex is fantastic. She's got a cracking body. You're like, man, I've never had a girl like her before. What was that, Alan? I forgot what you were saying. And so then, she starts saying, oh, my love, my darling, I have to go home now. And you're like, what? No, but I paid for you to stay for a week, and, I'll pay you. It's okay. Yes, I'm hoping maybe you give me money and I go home because I have a big problem at home. My papa's sick. Little sister, she very sick. Sister sick. Oh, everybody's sick. Big sick. What can I do? I must go home. Yeah, but you're going to get sick too when you go. No, but I need to give them money. So you pay me now and I go. Oh, well, that's not really how it works. Yeah, I know, but, also Buffalo die. My Buffalo die, I must take care of Buffalo. He my friend. Okay, or it's not, doesn't even play out like that. Now that's very simple, very straightforward. But maybe you're sitting there and she's on the phone and she's, oh, ka 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 ka, and then you hear, oh, why? I don't know. And she gets off the phone. Oh, Mama say I don't send money, 5,000 baht. Maybe she lose her truck. The bank take truck. And you're like, oh, okay, I'll give you the 5,000 baht. Yeah. And then, the next day, oh, my friend, oh, big problem. Now she's a sweet girl and everything. 80% of the time she's a sweetheart, but 20% of the time she's a major pain in the ass who's got nothing but drama going on. So you're sitting there and you're thinking to yourself, every other minute, every 20 out of 100 minutes, she's got some problem. She's got drama. Get rid of her. That's it. Once the drama starts, she's gone. Listen, one problem, okay, what is it? Fool me once. What is it? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. No, what is it? I forget how it goes. My memory is terrible. Let me see here. Yeah, fool me once. Okay, yeah, fool me once. It's actually fool me once, shame on thee. Fool me twice, shame on me. And the Mallon version is fool me 3 times and I'm a dumbass. I'm a chowderhead. But that's what I mean. Okay, she has a little problem. Yes, I have to go pay my school tuition. I have to go pay. I learned to speak English. I have to go pay, but I don't have. Can you help me? Okay. And really, then the next thing you know, she's got a new cell phone, right? You're like, I gave you 20,000 to pay the tuition. Yes, yeah. I pay. Well, how'd you get the new phone? You know what I mean? Okay, so she fooled you once. Now the second time, you're like, hey, you know what? The next time she comes to me, it's not going to happen. And that's the thing. Who needs that drama? Now I think about some of the letters I used to get, and I'm thinking to myself, These guys must thrive from the drama. They must love the drama. And from what I see and what I've been talking to other guys about and everything that's happening, I'm looking at it here, online here. No tourists, no buyers. Pratunam vendors hit hard by coronavirus phobia. This guy's saying that it was already bad before the virus, but it's much worse now. Chinese, Vietnamese, and Singaporean customers are now afraid, and Thais don't come out. Yeah, it is true. There's a lot less people out. Runs a shop selling cosmetics to mostly foreign tourists. She said her business has dropped by 80% over the past week. Lam, also 43, is a coconut juice vendor in the area, selling one for 40 baht. Many coconuts sat unsold during an interview, even though it was already late in the afternoon. You know, the price of coconuts, I don't know what the deal is with the coconuts. But I used to get, and this is a couple of years ago, and I'm talking about no more than 4 or 5 years ago, maybe even, well, here in Bangkok, you know, where I live, we used to have the Happy Land Market. Now they obliterated it, they bulldozed it. They also have the Bangkok Market. But at Happy Land Market, I used to go and I used to get 10 coconuts for 150 baht. That's about $4.90 or 80 cents, something like that. Then it went up and it would go up to sometimes like 160, 180, but it topped out at about 200. It'd be 200 baht for 10 coconuts. That's 20 baht a pop. It's not bad for a nice big coconut. You put it in the refrigerator. You put a couple of them in the refrigerator. You know, after a day, they're nice and cold. You pop them open, and you got some nice coconut water, and you can eat the meat and all that. Now the coconuts, they go for anywhere. If you get them for 35 baht, like I have, there's a lady down the street from where I live. You get them for 35 baht. That's a good price. But most of the time they're 40 baht, and they're big. But still, that's double the price of a couple of years ago. I don't know why the price has gone up. I'm sure there's a reason why. Maybe the coconuts, they've had, you know, a bad season or something. But the price has gone up quite a bit. And so here's this guy. He's selling it for 40 bucks. The guy's probably only making, I'd say he's probably not making more than 10 or 15 baht. Maybe he's got somebody in his family that gets him off their land or something. I don't know. The outbreak of coronavirus is expected to deliver a heavy blow to the tourism industry. It already has. A crucial sector in Thai economy. China has already banned overseas tour groups, cutting off a major source of tourism revenue for Thailand. Okay, China's banned them, but I thought Thailand had banned them as well. Estimated only 9 million tourists would be visiting Thailand this year, down from 10.9 million in 2019. The drop could end up costing the country 3.3 trillion baht in missed revenues. That's a lot of money. All right, so we got 33 people watching here. We got 4 people posting, commenting. Why is that? Nobody wants to say anything. They're all listening to me. Sometimes I feel like I'm a crazy man. I'm talking to myself. People aren't used to the Monday stream, but today is a holiday, Matcha Bucha Day. And my kids are home, the wife's home. Well, actually, Alex is leaving. He's going to play guitar. I have a nice little clip of Alex playing. Good morning, Tom. I've got a nice clip of Alex playing. Actually, I should put that up. And I'm very surprised. The topic is Anything and everything but nothing. Survey says. Had to say that. All right, let me try to do this real quick. Oh, I don't have the Bluetooth on. Oh, what's going on? Come on. You know, I hate it when technology becomes a pain in the ass. Maybe that's a good subject. I hate it when technology is a pain in the ass. For whatever reason. Let's see. All right, anyway. Wouldn't you think higher prices are partly due to drop in tourism now the coronavirus? No, because these prices have gone up. I'm talking about the coconuts. You're talking about the coconuts. The price of coconuts has gone up long before the coronavirus. So it doesn't have anything to do with the coronavirus. As far as I know, the price of I haven't bought a coconut in a couple of weeks, but the price was the same, and the price is the same now because I asked the other day, but I didn't buy any. I was just saying, how much are they now? 40 baht. When they're like 35 baht, I'll buy like 2 or 3 of them. You know, but I mean, it was cheap before because like for less than $5, you got 10 of them. And you think about that, that's pretty good. Let me see here. Okay, it's on now, so it should work, right? Yeah. You know, the prices have been going up in Thailand for a long time, and I don't think, I don't know, what is the inflation rate? See, this is where I could use a producer. So 1.06% was in 2018. Let's see here. In the United States, it looks like the inflation rate was approximately 1.76. So the inflation rate in Thailand is actually lower than in the United States. It's really well contained. Is the whole world going to be affected, or is it just scaremongering? I don't think it's just scaremongering. It's killed more people than SARS, and it. I don't know. Let me see here. I don't know what the current statistics are, but let me see. I didn't look at them today. It's already surpassed the number of what is it, MERS? 40,553 cases, and that's actually probably about an eighth to a tenth of what the real number is. 910 people dead. Which is crazy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, when I first started coming, it was 5 baht, 10 baht. Now, when it was 5 baht, you get a little bit less, but 10 baht was the standard for many, many, many years. And then it was like somebody charged me 20 baht. I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm not paying 20 baht. I'm like, you're ripping me off. They're like, no, price go up, you know. And I was like, to 20 baht? Now think about that. It's crazy. You know. Oh, the price just doubled. Mr. Mitch, what's happening? No, it's not much yet, but when you consider that it's probably only a portion of what is reality, you know, I agree. I mean, I'm not scared here. I'm not really scared, but I mean, we're in a. Hang on a second. I can't play this online. I'd like to, but music. Give me a second here. What did I just do? Let's see here. Got some statistics here. A new case in the UK, a new case in Spain, 3 cases in Singapore. My biggest question is, now I understand that. That doesn't mean that you, but that's 1.6 billion, and the vast majority of them were in Wuhan. I'm not saying that it's it's. I didn't call it a pandemic. I don't think we're at that case yet. At that point yet, rather. Sorry, I'm looking. Again, I'm doing 2 things at once here. Let me see here. Oh wow, it's only 7:30 to 7. Yeah, Matcha Bucha Day. I've been looking at this. Matcha Bucha Day is supposed to be on the 8th of February, but it's celebrated on Monday, which is today, the 10th. I thought that it was the 9th, but it's not. All right, so getting back to this. Listen, I don't disagree with you, but I do think that there's reason for concern, because if it keeps spreading and keeps spreading and keeps spreading, there's billions of people on the planet, but if it kills, 0.1%, that's still a lot of people. It doesn't sound like much, but it is. Didn't they all have sex? Who's they all? I'm sure that some people had Saturday off because they have Saturdays off, and maybe some of them had it because they're celebrating Makabucha Day. But they also celebrate it on Monday, just like they do with other with certain holidays in the United States and elsewhere. Wonder how the number of people compares to homeless people that die in the streets. Yeah, I mean, when you look at it that way, okay, I understand it's a small number of people. That's not the point. We know it's a small number of people. We know that actually what really gets my goat, what really grinds my gears, grinds my, what really gets me is the improper and unnecessary use of masks for the virus, not for pollution. I understand for pollution, as long as they're using the right mask. Well, let's take a look at that, Gennaro. I'm sure that's a very difficult number to come up with. Because a lot of people, they're not going to report it. Who's going to report some of these people dying? Here we go. This is this is in the UK. What about this one? Oh, these are in the UK. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is Los Angeles. Okay. Let me see what I can come up with. Oh, shit. These are all in the UK, for some reason, the statistics. So that tells you something, too. Of course, I mean, listen, there's far more things. I think what the major concern is that if for some reason this mutates and this continues to spread, whether it's contained or not, and it becomes more virulent and stronger, then it could cause a pandemic, could cause far more deaths. I think that's what the concern is. I'm no virologist, but I think that's what the major concern is. It says here, 3 to 4 people are newly infected from one case. Fatality rate is 2%. Right now, there's 28 countries affected, and the incubation period is still 2 to 14 days. Let's see here. Okay. In Los Angeles County, according to KHN Kaiser Health News, big casino about the same. Kaiser Health News says that of the 3,612 people who died from 2014 to 2018 in Los Angeles County, 4 in 5 were men, but during that period, the period of deaths among homeless women more than doubled. 2018, there were 918 deaths attributed to homelessness on bus benches, hillsides, railroad tracks, and sidewalks. Deaths have jumped 76% in the past 5 years. Okay. So, obviously, we already know that homelessness in LA and San Francisco and many places, no, heart attacks aren't communicable. Although you never know, like if somebody gives you agita, you got big drama in your life, it could cause a heart attack. What is it? Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you. Let's see here. 53,000 people were homeless in LA County. Point in time. Oh, here's just the point in time. An increase of about 39% since 2014. Now, when was this? See, they don't put the date on it. Oh, this was April 24th, 2019. Interesting. Oh, I'm not going to... No. All right, now. Last year, 726 people died on the streets of England and Wales. Pathologist Sebastian Lucas explains why the official numbers might be wrong. Well, I think that's pretty easy to figure out. Homelessness in itself does not cause death. You know what I mean? But there are variables that come into play that might not come into play if you are living in a home. 19 ingredients in... That's it. Give us the information, Fidelity. You are the research king, for sure. 19 ingredients in Mickey D. fries. How about they just put potatoes and oil and a little salt? But they won't. That's 3. So I figure they need at least 3. And I'm okay with that. But anything more than that, it's too much. All right, let's see here. Going to an empty door. The real number of homeless may be higher. This is in Wales and England. Is that what it said? Yeah. For one thing, the number of deaths registered in 2018 will not be the same as the number of deaths actually occurring in that year. The process of death investigation, including inquest, can take months and sometimes years to complete registration. 12% of deaths of homeless people are certified by a coroner. Does that mean the other 88% do not pass the coronial system? The 12% must include at the least the rough sleepers. Anyone found dead on the streets is, by law, going to be reported to a coroner who will be duty-bound to investigate what happened in an autopsy. These unfortunate people will not have a note in their pocket indicating their GP, who could be able to produce a natural cause of death over the telephone to the coroner, thus avoiding an autopsy. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I understand that. That's, anyway. No, where are we at here? I think mental disorders and... Well, yeah, but a mental disorder doesn't always cause a death. Just like Homelessness doesn't cause a death. It's the things that happen if you're mentally ill and homeless that come into play that cause the deaths. All right, what is this? Canola oil, soybean oil, hydrogen, natural beef flavor. Lovely. Well, there you have it. There you have it. All right, let me see this here. I want to upload this real quick. You know, I will say this. I've been talking about how you got to enjoy your life more. You got to, get things in while you can. Whether they're little things or big things, and I think the little things are very important. And my friend told me this a long time ago. He said, just enjoy the little things. Don't always be thinking about the big things, because then you miss out on the smaller pleasures, smaller joys in life. And yesterday, I went and photographed and filmed Alex practicing in the studio yesterday, and it was nice, good time. I always like going there, seeing do I see any progression? Is he getting better? What's he playing and that kind of thing. And it was a good time. So afterwards, I said, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna go have a coffee." And he said, "Well, I have to get the money to pay the guy to pay his instructor." I said, "Okay, well, you go to the ATM, and I'll go to have coffee. We'll both take the song towel and go over and do our thing." So apparently, Sam Commercial Bank had some kind of a computer problem yesterday. So I'm sitting there having my coffee, and Alex comes back and he says, "My card doesn't work. It says go to the bank." I said, "Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you sit down, and we'll go over there in a second. I'm just about done." Okay. We go over to the place. They say, "Sorry," but they wouldn't even let anybody in the bank. They were like, "Sorry, our bank is closed, and we're having a problem with the system. So can you come back in 1 hour?" We said, "Okay." So we walked across the street. I had a free drink on my Starbucks card. And, Alex had something, I had something. We sat down, and we saw this guy from Australia, who happens to be a professor at one of the universities. I've known him for quite a long time. We don't see each other all that much, but I've seen him for 10 years or so, and talked to him every time we see each other. "Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Yada yada yada. Thank you. Leave another thumbs down, please. If you don't like what I'm saying, then leave. Get the fuck out. Fuck off. Piss off." But otherwise, just keep leaving them thumbs down, because you know what? It don't matter to me, man. Why don't you just leave 100 of them? Go buy 100 computers or log into 100 YouTube accounts, you dipshit. I got freaking 4 thumbs down before I even start the stream. As soon as I put it up, boom, somebody goes on. They probably got 2 or 3 hand phones. They got a laptop. They got a computer. Or, their wife's got a computer. They got a computer, and they log in, and boom. There you go, thank you. I got 10 thumbs down, like, in a matter of seconds. So it's not 10 different people. These fucking jerk-offs. You're jack-offs is what you are. You don't like me, that's one thing. You leave a thumbs down, that's one thing. But, so anyway, selling what? So, we go over and we're talking to the guy, and we had a nice conversation, because he was interested in Alex. He's a professor, he's a teacher, and, he's been here for quite some time, so he knows about Thai kids and what it's like to see them grow. And so we all sat and had a nice conversation. Alex gets to speak English. He doesn't have to speak Thai. he gets to hear it from somebody with a different dialect or whatever, different accent rather. Um, so we had a nice time, but that little time, that hour and a half, 2 hours, um, that's one of the little, one of the joys of life. That's what I'm saying. So yes, you have to enjoy every minute that you can. That's what I'm saying. Not to get too, hokey. Keep leaving them. Keep leaving them. More, more, more. Please, let's get it up to 100. Please, 100 thumbs down. Everybody hates me. Please. There is a YouTube channel called Invisible People that sheds light on the growing homeless problem and gives them a voice. Gennaro, now I'm curious to know. I'm gonna have to take a look at that channel, but I'm curious to know. Uh, you're in an area where there are a lot of homeless. I mean, are there a lot of homeless in the area where you are? Do you see a lot of them? Because I mean, Jono has told me about when he was in San Francisco what it was like, and I don't really believe that there should be any homeless problem. There really shouldn't be. There should be a way to figure out how to stem the tide, because it's becoming too much of a problem. And, when Donald Trump is making comments about take care of the homeless problem, that says something. Nice name, dude. Are you a refrigerator repairman? You can see an interview with a homeless person that was previously a CEO of a company. Could happen to him. I understand. Now, how did it happen to a CEO of a company? I mean, if you have very little money and you know how to stretch your money, I believe that if you get older and wiser, with time you get older and wiser, and when you do have a little bit of money, it keeps you from overspending. When I was a kid, I'll admit it, I used to say, "Oh man, I gotta go. I want to have a Porsche. I want to make this much money. I want to have a Porsche, and if I don't, I'm a failure." Um, it was what I thought about. Oh, I've got to have a Porsche, a Ferrari. Oh my God, I'd love to have one of those. Now, unless I was like filthy, filthy rich, I probably would never have one. I'd be the guy, I'd be a multimillionaire and I'd be driving around in a freaking Honda, or a Humvee or something, or a Honda, what are those things? Pathfinder or whatever. Ford F-150, something like that, That would be me. 100,000 people. And do you have interaction with these people at all ever, Gennaro? I mean, like, because, like Jono used to tell me that some people, Honda CRV, yeah. I used to have a Honda Accord. It was probably the best car I ever had. I'll be honest. That thing was so reliable. Man, you get in the car, turn the key, it works. Every time it works. You take good care of it, and it just kept on working. I literally ran that thing into the ground, ran it to where it wasn't gonna run anymore unless I changed some major parts on it. Best car I've ever had. I don't know how we got on the subject of homelessness, but I do like the name Butt Crack Larry. I don't know why. I think it's a funny name. It reminds me of Larry David. Keep leaving him. Keep leaving him. I'm telling you, let's get to 100. Let's get to 100 thumbs down. Can we do that? Please. Everybody join in. Haters gonna hate. That's all I got to say. Haters gonna hate. Where am I at here? This page was reloaded because this web page was reloaded because a problem occurred. Oh, it's just a one here, the coronavirus page. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't see anything else about what happened yesterday. Let's see. What is the... What's the deal with that? Let me see. Thailand's running out of stuff. I wanted to go check the toilet paper situation. Not that we need a lot of toilet paper here because we have the bum gun. Let me see here. That's what I was going to do. Oh, I love it. I just go online and I forgot that the Oscars were taking place. Brad Pitt uses Oscar speech to bash impeachment trial as Hollywood goes activist. Oh, man. That is too funny. That's just too much, man. Brad Pitt. So now what are they going to do? They're going to banish Brad Pitt? Oh, that's hilarious. Let me read this here. Awesome. I don't usually like people getting political. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, now this I don't like. Wait a minute. I thought, he's just bashing the whole the impeachment trial in itself, having the impeachment, trying to impeach Trump. But no, he took a shot at Republican senators who voted against calling witnesses at President Trump's impeachment trial. Well, now I don't feel so good about this. Anybody watch the Oscars? Yeah, what happened? I didn't get any. I'm not getting any updates. What's going on here? I'm not seeing anything in my chat now. I don't know why. I see it on my... Hello, Frisco. I have people shitting out in front of my house day in and day out. Yeah, oh, wow. I can't believe all these... I've been getting comments, and none of them have been coming through for some reason. Let me see if I can figure this out here. What happened? Let's see. Give me a second here. 1,000 people. Okay, wait a minute here. Let me go back to where I remember. Honda CRV. That's where the last name. First time I saw homeless overseas, it changed me forever. Yeah, I think that the homeless here in Thailand, it's really, if you're homeless in Thailand, that's about as bad as it can get. So it's showing CL showing 13,000, 300,000. No problem. Porsche is not that comfortable to ride in, I was told. No, it's not. And I remember I have ridden in a couple Porsches before, and they're not that comfortable. Ran a Datsun B210. Yeah, I had a friend who had one of those, and he loved that thing. It should change that occasional. I will give someone money. No, no, it's all right, Gennaro. It's a show about nothing. Wow, shaved monk time. What's that mean? What does that mean, Michael Fetterman? You know what, dude? It's constantly a smart-ass remark from you. I've had enough of that. Really. All the time, dude. Everything you say is something just sarcastic and nasty. I don't want to say nasty. That wasn't nasty, but how come my freaking... Hold on a second. Let's see. Let me see if I can get this thing to work. Plumber's crack. Yeah. Bum guns good for the environment. The Oscars are not the same. Even I had it turned off. Hello, Frisco. You must leave. Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. I don't watch any of that stuff anymore. None of it. Can't. Don't wanna. Wow, this something's going on with this YouTube doodad. Let's see here. Wow, incredible. Stream is strong. Let's see here. I'm having some technical difficulties here. I'm going to have to, let's see here. Let me go to another window. Maybe I'm having some problems with my computer. I don't know. Wow. What's going on? Let me see something here. Oh. What's the deal? Okay. 25. 25 going once. Can we hear 26? All right, there we are. Now I got it back. Now I got it back. All right. It's see you with a beard now fully... No, it's see you with a beard now fully shaved. Uh-huh. Yeah. Thank you. Don't worry about how I look, Michael. I look like shit all the time, so, you know. All right, let me get back to this here because I'm all over the place because for some reason the YouTube chat was not showing, and I think it had to do with, you know, I go to this site, this Polska, what's happening? It's between the 7 series and the 6. I don't want to see Jojo Rabbit. I don't see any of those freaking movies. The only thing I did see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Where are all these thumbs down coming from? I'm just curious. This cannot be 26 different people because I don't have that many people watching my chat, watching my stream. It's got to be. It has to be like a couple of people that are doing this. If you don't like, don't watch. Okay, simple as that. Then you never come back and leave other thumbs down. You know. And you know the thing is stupid. It doesn't matter if it's a thumbs up or thumbs down. It all counts as interaction. Doesn't matter. All right, now it's working on the other side. And the other one here. Very good. Oh, all right. Now we got some buffering going on. What's the deal? I got all kinds of problems here on my end. We're experiencing technical difficulties. How do some channels have only like or dislike without accounts? They hide the likes. You can click that people can't see. What's going on? I got perfect connection here. Let me see here. It says perfect connection, but it says consider turn down the video settings. Well, I can't turn them down. And I go to the advanced. Where's that? Output. Oh, here we go. Let's turn it down a little bit. Maybe it's too much. I just turned it down. All right, now that should help. Yeah, Bruce. There is a setting in the YouTube live dashboard system. There's a setting that can say allow people to see the thumbs up and thumbs down. So I mean, it doesn't really matter. You can. Where's it at here? Let me see something here. Basic info. And I'm not going to turn it off because I don't really care. But I'll show you in a second. Let me see if I can do it. Where's it at? I don't know if I can do it while I'm running live. Yeah. That's a bit of a problem. Let me see here. Oh, make video statistics on the watch page. Okay, let me see if that works. Let me see if it disappears. But I'd like to get 100. I think that would be a coup. Get 100 thumbs down. Wow. This is just wild how this is going on, though. I'm having these technical difficulties, and I don't know. Where's the part about the thumbs up? Here we go. All right. Yeah, you know what? Where's that list that I had about the Oscars? There was a list of movies, and I'm like, okay, so which one should I see? Let's see. Hang on a second. All right. Let's see where we are. Thank you very much, Polska. Appreciate that. Always nice to know at least one person either likes me enough to give me a super chat, which is great, or dislikes his money enough to give it away. I don't know which one it is. But there you go. Now you can not see the likes and dislikes. You shouldn't see a count now. But I'll turn it back on in a second just to make the trolls happy. What time is it? 10 o'clock? Let's see here. All right. I'll turn it back on in a second. I keep getting this video output is low. YouTube is not receiving enough video. Well, let me see. Maybe if I... Oh, it's overloading. I'm gonna have to speed it up. That's what I gotta do. Haven't had this problem in a long time. There we go. Let's see if that works. Polska, you're not in Poland, I take it. Trolls get sad when they can't see their thumbs down. No, I don't think they really care, and neither do I. You know, seriously, man. YouTube is it's a method of expressing myself. It's a method of business. It's many things. But what it isn't to me is it's not something that defines me as a human being. I not to talk about myself, but like I don't have a problem with myself. I have things that I want to change and make better, and I have things that I like about myself and love about myself. So YouTube doesn't define me, so to speak. Was that? Yeah, he was. He was, and there's a lot of foreigners who aren't very happy with that guy, and I'm one of them. I don't like to see that kind of stuff. Hang on a second. Let me do something here real quick. Stream is still showing. Encoding overload. Consider turning that. No, it went away now. Unbelievable. You guys have a smooth stream on your end? This is troublesome. Shit. Yeah, that's nice. Electric bill. Electric bill goes up right around now every year, and I don't like that. Went up about $60. 2,000 baht went up. I'm afraid this thing is in a minute. There will be more deaths. A lot of pressure, and he reacted to it. My adventures in Thailand. I don't know how long you've been here. Okay, then it must be just here on my end. I've seen numerous statements or numerous outlets where the guy said the same thing. He didn't really apologize. It's kind of like what Carrie Lam does in Hong Kong. Sorry to bring her up, but instead of saying, I want to investigate the police, yes, we need to investigate them. Instead, she says, I want to create a panel to research why the protesters began protesting and caused the police to react the way that they did. That's not the same thing. Just as, listen, if this guy's the health minister, I don't understand why he doesn't know that for the most part, unless you are sick, those masks don't do shit. I'm sick of saying it. Idiots. If you don't want to get the virus, guess what? They found that people with, conjunctivitis. Let me see how it works. What their statement was. Well, I gotta spell conjunctivitis right. Conjunctivitis. There we go. Yeah. Well, let's see here. Conjunctivitis through the ocular surface. Let's see here. Yeah, well, that's the thing. He's the health minister, and it gives the impression I'll say that to be nice, but it gives the impression that he doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay, it says right here, infectious droplets in body fluids can easily contaminate the human conjunctival epithelium. Respiratory viruses are capable, including ocular complications in infected patients, which then leads to respiratory infection. Severe acute respiratory syndrome, coronavirus, is predominantly transmitted through direct or indirect contact with mucous membranes in the eyes, mouth, or nose. That goes for the coronavirus, the Wuhan, also. And I just saw something in the news about that. Thank you very much, Walter. Appreciate that. Listen, these guys, first of all, if they make it that bad and they want us out that bad, let them kick us out. Let the foreigners go. They're already leaving in droves. And I used to side with the Thai government all the time. And I used to say, oh, people are overreacting. Because most of the time, people were overreacting. In the past, in all the years that I've been here, people would overreact in a split second. Oh, I can't believe they're doing this. Oh, they hate us. I think it's the Thai mentality of the importance of money. And if they're going to add new tourist levies, they damn sure better make sure that that includes some kind of insurance so that the tourists don't have to buy their own damn insurance when they come in here. Why can't they do that? Add an extra 100 baht. It boggles my mind. But then again, you have to remember something. Thailand used to be a third world country. It's not a third world country anymore, although by definition it still is. But technically it is, but it's not. Okay, it's moved far out of that definition, that category. But now, it seems like they are hell-bent on shooting themselves in the feet. I mean, you got the coronavirus, that's causing enough problems for tourism. And then you have the shooting. You had the robbery in Lopburi that, like for Thailand, that's a big deal. You got the whole thing about this. Listen, like it or not, I'm not just saying this because I feel this way. Because preferably, I'd like to I don't care where I live. Put me on a piece of land and, make it to where I can have a peaceful life. I don't care where I am, what country it is. I really don't care. As long as I can get some good food, peace, safety, a little security, okay, I don't have a problem with any place. That goes for Thailand too. But when a place starts pushing and pushing and pushing, and then here's the problem. Here's what the problem is. Like it or not, abide by the rules or not, the perception of the world, the perception of people who want to become expats, the perception of people who come to Thailand, I believe has changed over the years. It used to be, oh, go to Thailand, you can have anything, and everything is at a good price, and, it's cheap, and you have a fantastic time, and, oh, everybody's smiling. And now I don't believe that is the same impression that is given to people around the world. People have a different impression. You better be careful when you go there because you might end up dead. Koh Tao. You better, which, by the way, I have, I don't know when it ends, so I may not have it, but supposedly I have a couple of free room nights in Koh Tao. And I'm like, okay, maybe that'll be my last stop. And also Koh Samet. So those are a couple places I may go in the near future. But, well, this is the thing. You can't blame us. You can't blame the foreigners. I'm sorry, don't blame all the Westerners. Yes, there are drunk, stupid foreigners who go around and they berate Thais for absolutely no reason, and they're just complete assholes. I understand. Get rid of them. But, I would say 99% of the time when I go out, I try to be respectful, not because they are Thai and because this is their way, because I think that's how you're supposed to deal with people. Now, they disrespect me, that's a different story. I'll bite my tongue for a while. But there will come a point where I will lose it, If that doesn't happen, I mean, I can't even remember the last time it happened. And a lot of times, you just need to know how far you can go, You don't lose it in immigration. You bite your tongue, you shut your mouth, and you don't really go off on them. You can't, because they hold all the power in the palm of their hand. But we are not to blame. In fact, if we're to blame, then how come you have so much tourism money? Is it all the Americans? Is it all the Brits? Is it all the Chinese? Who is it? Or is it just all of us collectively? You see? So, I don't buy into their mentality. The government, excuse me. I don't buy into the government's mentality. Who would? Only them. I don't know why. I don't understand the Chinese Communist Party and their mentality. I don't understand how that is for the better of people. Thank you very much, Francisco Martinez. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate that. Let's see if the little guy goes up. He's supposed to, I think. I didn't see anything. There's a lag here, though. It should go up. I don't know, though. But thank you. Somebody said the other day, we were all talking, I think, I don't know if it was Billy or it was somebody else. But we were talking, I believe, about Jono, and does Jono want to live out his years here? Okay, and people have asked me that question many times. And I'll say the same thing that I said at some point, which is, I don't know. I just don't know. How can you know? I don't think Jono knows. I don't think a lot of people here that have come over here and stayed over here, I don't think they know. And if you're a younger guy, just come here, have your fun. You want to come here for 6 months? You got money? Oh, yeah, I'm going to go over there, move over there. No, don't do it. Keep your day job. Keep your night job. Keep your online job, whatever it is. Don't do it. Now, I know that, there was at least one particular guy who gave me a hard time about, and he's probably the guy who left the 500 thumbs down or whatever. Mental case. But he said something about, oh, isn't it funny that you live there and you're telling people not to come to the country? And that's not what I was saying. What I was saying is, if you're a youngster, and by youngster I mean from, let's say 22, you just finished college. Now, if you get a job, that's a different thing. If you come over here with a job with a company, that's completely different. I'm talking about you just go, I'm going to do my own thing, and, I've got this online business where I do web hosting, and, everything's cool, man. I make like $1,400 a month, and, it's going to be all right. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it's an adventure. Maybe you do it. I would say, looking at risk-reward and calculating whether or not it's worth it, I would say no. Spend 3 months here. Do what some of the other people do. Soy Dog Cowboy. What's his name? Niall from Niall in Thailand. There are many, many people who come here for 6 months and then they go back to their country. Or they come here for 2 months and then they go somewhere else for 2 months and then they come back. They go back to their country. It can still be a viable opportunity for people who want to retire and who have the money and who have the means or have the insight and the knowledge to stay here. Yes, Jono doesn't have a problem living here. You know what I mean? Now, he may not like the attitude of the government or the direction that they're taking or something like that. I don't know. I don't really talk to him about it. We talk in passing about it, but there are a lot of other people that have moved over here, and it's a good place to live. But sometimes you have to be willing to turn the other cheek. And at some point, people crack and they say, that's it. I'm not putting up with this anymore. And I think that Thailand, when they have some guy come out and basically say, if foreigners don't wear their mask, we're kicking them out, I don't think that that's a positive for the relations between the Thai government and potential expats. And then I don't think he did that purposely. I think he was, like Mitch said earlier, I think, there's a lot of stress and, maybe he got carried away on that day or whatever. I don't know. Well, 500 baht a head. They used to charge, I don't even remember what it was. What was it exit fee or was it, yeah, it was the exit fee. Wasn't it it was 700? Okay, no. Before, let's see here. I forget, it's 700 baht now, but that is, oh man, it increased to, when was this? It increased, damn it. Okay, that was 10 years ago. Well, so they haven't had the departure tax for at least 10 years. Let's see. But the departure tax increased to 700 baht. And when was that? Yeah, it was 500 baht before. I think it was 500 baht before. Okay. From 2007, the airport tax is already including your flight ticket. Yeah, so the old tax was 500, and now it's 700. No, it was 500 before, and I used to have to pay it. I remember always going, "Oh, I gotta have enough money. I gotta make sure I put 500 baht away." So right when I would arrive, and I changed money, I'd stick 500 baht in there. Yeah, 7-Eleven ain't gonna give you they're not gonna give you any more bags. They did that for a little while. I'm telling you, like, listen, that's another little irritant, but it is for the good of the environment, which I do think that we need to take better care of our environment. But I've noticed that at the mall and the grocery store, they don't have the 4 baht bags anymore. They have the little slick 169 baht bags. So let's say you go to the grocery and you pick up half a dozen things. A thing of milk, some meat, some rice, whatever, and you forget your bag. Guess what? Or let's just say that you buy a couple of things and you don't have a bag, you got nothing. You got 4 or 5 things like a little thing of mustard, some barbecue sauce, and you get a couple things like that. You got like a half a dozen of them. What are you going to do? You can carry them in your arms? You can stick them in your pocket? No, you got to buy a bag, and guess what? That bag is not 4 baht. Now that bag is 169 baht. Or 159 baht. I think it's 169. Don't see any bags on this. The last time I went, didn't see one single bag hanging. Every single bag, whether the little plastic ones, the little girly pink ones, and the blue ones, ridiculous. Yeah, well, Bruce, but the price didn't used to be built into the ticket. That was a long time ago. But that was a little bit of a headache. I didn't understand why they didn't do it sooner. But okay, whatever. They figured it out. They got that, and they raised the price to 700 baht for a departure tax, which I don't know, but from what I've seen, that's mid-range. I got bags, and my room is a mess here now, a complete disaster. But usually it's very neat, and I have one bag sitting right on top of my wallet, my keys, and everything like that. So that every single time I bring it and I put it in my pocket, put it in whatever bag I have, if I have like a little camera bag or something, I do that, and then I don't forget. Yeah, I mean, listen, like, do I have it? Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Where's the? Do I have another one in here? My wife, she gets the plastic ones that we have. She rolls them up in like in a little football, little triangles where when you're a kid, you used to do that. I got this one. Got this one, and I got like 4 or 5 others. I got one sitting on the ground over there. You know, I got one in I don't know where it is, what I did with it. It's in one of my bags. I mean, it's like, wait a minute. Can't you find a way to process the plastic bags? It's the biggest pain in the ass to go to the grocery store. It's like, but whatever. For the good of the environment, okay. But you know what? I don't want to buy 169. I can't afford it. Jesus Christ, man. I'll tell them, put the stuff back on the shelf, man. I'm not buying it. I haven't done that yet. I've actually stuffed some stuff in my bag that, like, I shouldn't have been putting in a bag. Like meat and stuff that sweats, like milk. I put it in a bag, and what is this? Message? Got a little message? What is that? Yeah. I can't keep up, man. I can't keep up. All the changes in Thailand, all the changes in the world. Now I understand why old people, they just get old and they just go, in the good old days, when I was a kid, we used to walk 40 miles to go to school every morning. That kind of stuff. In my day, you just put a record on a record player and it played. You didn't have to download shit, steal music, get Spotify. I understand it now. Think about it. The world's changing. Everything's moving fast. It's like, hey, you want that information? Go right on the internet. Boom. It's extremely helpful sometimes, But once you make it to where I clap my hands in, like the clapper, I clap my hands and I get whatever information, like in, 5D or whatever? Like a hologram, and it has my information right in front of me that I was thinking of. I just clap my hands. I'd be back. I'd be back. Okay, Arnold. Yeah. That's it, I'm getting old. It's bad enough I don't get any respect. I get no respect. What am I going to do? Get no respect from these trolls. Come on, trolls. I want a little respect. Get no respect. Let me see here. I'm just a little old man. Don't mess with me. My mind is going. Slowly but surely, I'm losing it. Yeah, well, like I said the other day, or yesterday, I said something like, oh, I'm getting old. And Nicholas said to me, you're not getting old, you are old. I was like, thanks a lot, dude. Thanks a lot, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, I'm having some problems with the internet on my end here. What's the date? It's the 10th. It's not good. Not good. All right, so we're all happy with the national park prices. You know, the only time I pay for to go in a national park in Thailand is when I absolutely have to. And you know, one of the things that I've been thinking about doing. What is the deal with this thing, man? Too many people on the internet in Thailand? I don't know. What's the deal? One of the things that I've been thinking about doing is going to uh, some national parks. Koh Samet is in a national park, I believe, and you get charged when you come in. You get charged. You have to pay a fee to enter the park. You're not going to get on the island unless you pay. It's that simple. Okay, I'll pay. You know, whatever. I'll pay. But one of the things I've been thinking about doing is going back to Khao Sok and going to some places. There's one place. What is the one national park? And this had to do with photography. But what is the name of that? No, it's not the Erewhon Park. I'm not even sure if I can go there. If I can get in there. Yeah, this is. Hang on a second. Yeah, this is my YouTube is acting very squirrely. Let's see here. Wow. That's unbelievable. Wild tiger numbers increased to 3,890. Hang on a second. If I can ever get this thing to load, I don't understand what the hell's happening here with this. Yeah, I got some issues here. I got issues. YouTube, for some reason, there is a problem with my YouTube. I can't even get YouTube to load. So I don't know if anybody's saying anything. It's probably going to just pop up. But let me see here. See if the other one's working. Okay, here we go. I guess this one's working. Oh, maybe not. Okay. We're having technical difficulties here. Some serious technical difficulties here on my end. I'm sorry. Apologize. Here we go. Okay. There we go. Well, something's starting to work again. Let's see here. Not this one, though. Really, really slow. Testing. If it's working, say yes. If it's working, please press 1. If it's not, press 2. I don't get it, man. Let me set this higher even. Maybe because let's try it again. There we go. All right. Okay, there we go. Always got the comedians in the crowd. All right, so where were we? Still good on your end. Oh, that's good. Okay. Well, I'm glad it's clear on your end, but, I can't see what's happening. Oh, there we go. Good deal. I've got to upload that, too. After the stream, there's a video going up. If I can get YouTube to work. In fact, I got to tell you that, YouTube has definitely cracked down on the content that's allowed to be monetized. The other day, they didn't even allow me to monetize the noodle video, and there's no way to get a reason why. I don't have enough subscribers to get an explanation from YouTube. They say you can get a review, then you do the review, and they say yes or no, and I got a no on the noodles, spicy noodles, which is too bad because I've got shit. I don't want to do this. No. Let me cancel this. Hang on a second. And the other thing is that YouTube is changing a bunch of things behind the scenes. You guys don't see it. Damn it. They're changing a bunch of things behind the scenes. You can't see what's going on, and they make things more difficult. It's like nothing was wrong with the way that things were set up with their system before, as far as the user using it. Then they change everything, and then you got to go find everything again. You got to go look where it is. You got to see is it going to work. And now they have both systems right now. So it's basically, hey, do you want to use this system or that system? Why don't you just change it? But they don't do that. Anyway, this is my bitch session. But the noodles, that was, for me, that's I don't understand why. I thought people like spicy noodles and they like to watch that stuff. And by the way, there is some spicy stuff coming in soon. And I know that the wife she's a gamer, man. She's ready to take the challenges. Yeah, this is horrible. This system. All right, let's get this done. Let me get this so I can focus again. All right. Okay. Anything else going on that I need to know about? Anything important? I wouldn't have known about the Oscars. Oh, I know what I was doing. I was looking for the... how many tigers are left in Thailand? 200. Fewer than 200. And that was in 2017. Wow. Can you see wild tigers in Thailand? I always wondered about that. The chances, I knew that the chance is very slim you'll see them no matter what, but seeing them in Thailand, I didn't know if you would ever see them, and I just read something here. Now, this is on TripAdvisor, so take it for what it's worth. It says, no, you will not see wild tigers in Thailand. There are some dubious establishments that have tigers on the premises, and I'm not going to name them, but yes, that's very true. Thailand's wildcats are extremely elusive. In particular, its tigers are extremely rare, and as well as cryptic, and few pictures exist of them. Oh, yeah, Siamese crocs. I'm looking for one particular thing here. I can't find the name of that. Here it is right here. Hui Kakang. Is it? It's not Hui Kakang. Anyway, losing my mind here. All right, Jurgen, thank you. There's one seen by farmers last year that climbed a tree. Yeah, I remember seeing something about that. Yeah, as far as the wife goes, I think she's gonna. She starts getting up to the level of the gummy bear and the chocolate. I think she's, she's human. She'll have a hard time with them just like anybody else. Now, I could say I ate some noodles the other day, the first ones, the double spicy noodles, and I actually thought they're not real spicy, but I did feel the heat. And we still have the ghost pepper noodles. Jono, what's happening? Oh man, you're funny. Now they charge you an extra 400 cleaning fee when the tiger eats you. Then your body parts are all over. They got to do the cleanup. The Thais charge you an extra 400 on top of the 400. You know. Let's see here. Thailand is one of the small. Yes, Mr. Mitch, I do. I keep up with all this stuff. Another area, and I don't know what is the population right now. Let me see here. Really, okay, there's a higher population, and I believe it is the second highest population in all the world. Well, I don't know. Let me see something here. Okay. Third highest, I believe. Because, let's see here. Let me just get one thing at a time here. The tiger population in Thailand is somewhere around 200, 250. There is the Hui Kakang, or I thought it was Hui Krang or something like that. I forget the name of the place. I saw somewhere you're not even allowed to go into that area because they value that. They value the tigers that much. They're not called cougars, Mitch. I forgot what they're called. But I don't believe they're called cougars. Cougars are only in North America. It seems like international censorship by YouTube, they have been wiping out tons of user content for a year now, not just in the bar scene. Yeah, I mean, I don't really think that most of the stuff that I do is all that controversial. Although, of course, I do at times. And, I understand I'm talking about, or I've got keywords that say something about the Wuhan virus and stuff like that. Advertisers don't want to see that. I can understand that. I can't understand really the noodle thing, but maybe advertisers don't really care about it. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I have a small channel, so it's not important enough. I don't know. And I don't. The thing is I shouldn't have to know. It should be a fair game across the board, but I don't think that it is in some ways. India has a lot of India has the highest population in the world. I believe it's 3,000. Is it 2,000 or something like that? Let me see. What is this here? Oh no, I thought that there was more than that in. Oh my God. Oh, this is. Oh man. This is really bad. This is really bad. Let me go on here. There are some cougar. Oh yeah, well there. All right, I didn't think about that. Jono, you are on point today. Funny guy, as always. Cougar, older woman seeking a younger man. Lots of cougars in the bars. I have been petrified of tigers ever since the boat trip to meet Colonel Kurtz. You know what, Mr. Mitch? I don't get scared about the things in the movies so much. But I will say that I know that in the Sundarbans in India, because I have thought about going there many times, but it's just a little bit too costly and very difficult to it's really, really difficult to find a tiger. And to photograph them is even more difficult because you've got to be in a place where you're going to have access. And, you don't want to go on the back of one of these trucks where you just, with 500 other people. That's not the way you want to do it. Oh, yeah, for sure, Bruce. The way to do it is to be in a hide and spend your time in a hide for a lengthy period of time. And that means you got to be off the ground high enough where the tiger's not going to be able to get at you, which is a difficult proposition. But what really gets me is in the Sundarbans, they have these guys who go and collect the honey. And so they go on these little boats, just really like shallow kayaks. I don't know what they call them. But they use the pole to pull themselves down the river. And the tigers will run out and go out into the water, swim out and grab the honey farmer and grab them and pull them into the mangroves and eat them. It happens all the time. So, yeah, that'll do wonders. Get that pork fat all over you, drip a little pork grease. I'm sure Jono could come up with some of that for me. Jono, I need some pork grease and chicken stock. I'm going to rub it all over my bald head, and the tigers will come and, well, they probably get frisky with me. I don't know. But dangerous animal. What I was saying is kind of sad is that, let me see here. In Russia, let me see something here. Let me just double check this here. I don't need it by frickin' place. I want the whole population. I don't need it every little single city. Jesus. You gotta do this. Make it easy for me, okay? Make it easy. I don't feel like adding this up. All right. There's about 3,000 tigers left in India. In Russia, there's approximately, this is 2015 though, approximately about 500. Myanmar, there's only, I saw 85, and then here's another one that says 22. But it says in 2010 there were 85. I thought the number went up significantly. Oh, if they had law for Jono's Pizza, they'd definitely bypass me, man. They don't want me. They don't want me and my belly fat. They want Jono's Pizza, man. They want that sausage. Sausage. Let's see here. So, yeah, Siberian tiger, there's about 500 of them, including 100 cubs. It said, it was followed up by a more detailed census, which revealed there was a total population of 562 wild Siberian tigers in Russia. That's still not very many because you don't know how many are male and how many are female and how many are at breeding age. Let me go back to this other spot here. After seeing Jaws for the first time, I thought about avoiding the ocean. That's the only time from the movie. Oh, well, yeah, when I saw Jaws, I was a kid, obviously. It was a long time ago, the first Jaws. And, I grew up in South Florida, and I was always going down to the beach. And then I was in California, I was going to the beach all the time. I used to go to the beach all the time. It was, Huntington Beach, Newport Beach, what was the other one that I used to go to? Costa Mesa. I'd go down there. Uh, I'd go all over, and of course I worried about sharks. And I went fishing in Florida with my father, and we'd be out fishing, we'd be trolling for fish, uh, and the bait would be there. It's sort of at the top, and then a couple occasions we would see sharks come and try to get the bait. A couple times they were on the line. I had to cut the line. Shark getting eaten by an animal is probably not the best way to go. Although, I guess if you're that guy in what was the name of that movie, Grizzly Man or whatever, the guy who was like, "Oh, I'd be honored to be eaten by a grizzly bear." Yeah, sure you would. Didn't sound like it when the guy was getting killed. I mean, he was a bit of a nutcase, in my opinion, of course. Opinion only, because everybody has one. But, oh, them gators, yeah, gators and pythons. Oh, shit, man, what is that? I got a little zit. That sucks. I won't be shaving in the next day or two. I thought I was going to. Anyway, yeah, the Grizzly Man thing was pretty sad, if you ask me. I mean, seriously, it was sad. It was one of those things where he's a guy who fell through the cracks. Take that how you will. But to me, he fell through the cracks of the system. Because he should have been somehow, there should have been a way to prevent him from going out to where he was going and just hanging out with these grizzlies. Yeah, I mean, when the last time I went back to the States, we went to the Everglades, and there were lots of gators there. And sometimes, you get a gator coming up in your yard or whatever, in the swimming pool or whatever. It happens in Florida. You gotta be on the lookout. Can't see it. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. The Outdoor Channel. You know what channel I miss? I miss the Nat Geo Adventure channel that I used to get on. It used to be UBC. Now it's True. If you know anything about me, you know that I don't particularly like True. Haven't for a long time, but I will say that their service has been better in the last couple of years. I gave them a hard time once in a stream, talking about how their service was horrible, and they had like little kids standing there giggling, and that kind of thing. You get National Geographic, but there used to be a channel called Nat Geo Adventure. Great channel, and that's where I first saw the guy that I like so much that I talk about. I was actually talking about him last night. Kingsley Holgate, the South African guy. I wonder what he's up to. Let me see here. This is the good thing. Social media. You can look on social media. That's if your computer works. Why is it? I'm having such problems today. Oh, there we go. Ah, you bastard. But the tiger population that's down to 85 in Myanmar, that's troubling to me. And I mean, it's troubling, and I'll tell you why, because, and I've talked about this before, but it's because there was a guy who ran the organization Pantera, and de l'Est à l'Ouest et Travelers l'Afrique. Zambezi Congo expedition. That was his last expedition, I believe. Let me see here. Or he's on it right now. No, we've completed the well-known mountain passes of the Cape Peninsula. Beautiful Baines Kloof Pass to Cerise and the corrugated track to Wuppertal, zigzagging through the fantastic rock formations and yeah, he's still got that big old beard. Oh, when was this? This was 16 hours ago. I'll give you guys the link. This is the guy that I always talk about. Marlon Perkins. Yeah, I remember him. But no, he's not the guy. I like this guy, Kingsley Holgate. He's a bit of a character. But he's done some incredible things. And I have never been able to figure out his whole story. Like, how did he get into it, and then how did he come to have the money to be able to do all these things? Did he put together some plan, and he was, sharp business-wise? But I think what it was is his parents were missionaries, and he got in tight with the people because, he grew up in that, and he learned the region, the continent. And I don't know exactly how, I don't know exactly what he did, but somehow he managed, and here's a great riff. He used to have all kinds of shows on the Nat Geo Adventure Channel. Hey, Soy Dog Cowboy, what's happening? I love Jacques Cousteau. And I loved him because my father used to watch him. Every time he was on, my father would watch him, and he would say, watch this. So I'd sit down and watch it with him. And yeah, I mean, that was something that really got me into. Actually, and I've told this story before, but when I was a kid, I studied marine biology and took some classes and stuff when I was a kid. And I went down one time to the ocean. I grew up in Florida. We went down to some place. I don't remember where it was. My mother could tell me. And they were talking about, we were going through and we were looking at sponges and what do you call them, sea urchins and all these little things. We were looking for marine life. But the teacher had said, don't touch anything. Make sure you don't touch anything. You can look, but don't touch. So, yeah. So I saw this sponge, and I was like, oh, it looks like a sponge. Yeah, that's a fire sponge. Don't touch it. I'm like, it's a sponge. Come on, it's not going to hurt me. I picked it up, started grabbing it, and the next thing I know, my hands were swollen, and I was, they were on fire. I learned my lesson from that. Never touch a fire sponge when they tell you not to touch a fire sponge. And actually, I learned a much better lesson from that, and that is leave the animals alone. It's like I almost feel like it's going up. You're a guy, and you see a beautiful woman off in the distance. Sorry, Donald Trump, you don't generally walk up and grab them by the, by the hoo-ha. You don't just walk up and grab something. Hey, let me grab you. We're not living in caveman days. And I would say that even in caveman days, if you walked up and grabbed the tiger by the balls, he's probably going to bite your head off. Well, with wildlife, you have to be very careful. And I learned don't mess with the wildlife. You don't go around and grab wildlife and just touch it and do whatever you want, because they're wild animals. There's reasons. Even a sponge, it's wildlife. It's marine wildlife. So, learned a valuable lesson. That was kind of like, that, and if your mother tells you not to eat what you think is cheese, because she tells you it's butter, she's probably not just telling you that because she doesn't want you eating cheese. That happened to me too. She told me not to eat, it's butter. No, it looks like cheese. No, it's butter. Butter. So I tried to eat it, and it was butter. It wasn't cheese. It was, I vaguely remember that, but I do remember the story. I remember it happening. But if you go to Starbucks, you don't have to worry because they don't butter your muffin unless you pay 15 or 20 baht. But that's not going to cause me to leave Thailand. I'm not that bitter. Anyway. Soy Dog, how's it going? Are you making preparations? Are your parents ecstatic? I would imagine they are. Let me see here. Oh boy. Oh boy, boy, boy. What is this? We need additional information. Where am I at here? I'm all over the place. Let's see. 50 behind us and just 50 to go. Wow. Well, I could use a sponsorship from Land Rover. That might help my travels. They're very happy. Not much to prepare. Now, what about you? Are you very happy? Hang on a second. I got to take a leak. Too much information, but... all right. Who's Booty Bandit? Not much pressure. Just shove everything in a case and go. Best travel itinerary is packed is half as much clothing. Yeah, definitely, Jono. That's fantastic advice. And a lot of times I find myself going, do I really need to bring this? And many times I've traveled where I have brought way too much stuff. And now what I kind of do is I just ask myself, do I need it? And if I'm bringing clothes, I try to bring clothes that are easily washable. Like I could wash them in my room if I had to. Oh, you can't say that, man. You can't say that. Sorry. If it was up to me, you could say whatever you want, really, for or against what you believe in. But this is YouTube, and we're not allowed to say those things. Yeah, well, what's his son's name? It's not Pierre, is it? Michael? I bet you they have this Jacques Cousteau show on. Let me see something here. Let me just check this out. I lived to be 87 years old. Oh, Jean-Michel and Philippe. Philippe is the one. Philippe is the one who I liked. Now, what's going on here? Do they have that on YouTube? Let's see here. What happened? I didn't do it? Let me see something here. Let's see. All right. Anybody watch? Yeah, Philippe. Philippe is the one, Mr. Mitch, who I remember. He was the one that was in shows and everything like that, I believe. Let me see something here. What time is it? Oh, it's 11 o'clock already. Holy moly. Better get this video up. Let me see this here. Jacques Cousteau. The Undersea World of Jacques Cousteau. There's 229 episodes online here on YouTube. There's a documentary on him. There's all kinds of things. Fabien Cousteau. Who is he? He must be the son of, like, Pierre or whatever. He must be in the family. Let's see here. Philippe died in 1979? How did he die? Maybe it was Pierre I was thinking of. Or Jean-Michel, I don't know. Jean-Claude. Let me see something here. Wow, how did he die? Let me see here. You sure he died? Let's see how he died. Where is it? Spouse. Yeah, when they say was, see, Jean-Michel Cousteau is a French oceanographic explorer, environmentalist, educator, and film producer. He is the father of Fabien Cousteau and Céline Cousteau. Okay. Philippe, as you said, died in 79. Must have died in an accident or something. Let's see here. When his flying boat crashed near Lisbon. The aircraft nosedived over during a high-speed taxi run to check the hull for leakage. Oh man, the propeller detached from the engine and killed Cousteau instantly. All others on board survived. His son Philippe Cousteau was born 6 months later. That's freaking horrible. I didn't know that. Did not know that. All right. Well, for an impromptu stream, this is pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty brutal, man. Well, I looked on Wikipedia. It says right here, the propeller detached from the engine and killed him instantly. Now, I don't know how you know it was instantly, but I can only imagine. It's horrible. And when did Jacques died in what? 97. So he knew about it. He saw his son die. That's horrible. But yeah, The Silent World, a story of undersea discovery in was the undersea world of Jacques Cousteau. Wasn't that what it was? Is that what it was? Let's see. Wow, he won the Cross of War, National Geographic Special Society Special Gold Medal, U.S. Presidential Medal of Freedom. See, I'd rather be somebody who does stuff like this than who makes videos that I deal with somebody named Fat Dong. Oh my God. I had a guy named Vito for breakfast. His name was Fat Vito. And I ate him up. Yeah, I mean, it used to be the Disney. What is it? The Wonderful World of Disney, and I think Wild Kingdom was on after or before. I can't remember. But they were next to each other. One was after the other, and I used to watch them every Sunday night. Wild Kingdom and Disney. And they had Disney. They would put on. Sometimes I'd be like, "Is it going to be a special Disney edition where they have a movie on? Do I get to watch Old Yeller? That kind of thing." Anyway, loving it. Yeah, back to back, and it was just that was a good time. So Soy Dog, are you coming to Bangkok anytime soon, or what? Or are you just coming? You're just gonna go straight from there to the airport, or what? Let me see. I gotta change some things here, man. This YouTube is. Let me ask you something. How many YouTubers do you people know? And how many of them are like, if they were talking about the YouTube system, I'd like to know how many are truly happy with it. Because from the people that I know in YouTube, none of them are happy with it. Always together, back to back, where the red fern grows. All those kind of. Listen, I used to like to watch the world's greatest athlete. That movie when Kurt Russell was young. I used to watch all kinds of Disney stuff. Now it's like you get me to watch a movie and sit through it for 2 hours. It's a good movie. I haven't watched The Irishman. I still have not watched The Irishman yet. It's a 3-hour. I can't believe. Listen, I'm watching myself now, and I got up to take a leak. That was about 5 minutes ago. The stream, there's such a lag now. I don't get it. It's like a 5-minute lag. And then yesterday when I streamed, I was sitting here, and I was completely done. I'd shut everything down, shut all the windows, and there was one window open that was the dashboard of, or that was the watch window. The video kept going. I was sitting there just watching myself going, the stream's completely over. I've shut it all down, and now I'm watching myself, listening to myself talk, because there was such a big lag, and I listened for about 5 minutes. Yeah, so now I'm looking at the window of my books and stuff. One of these days I'll get rid of some of these books, tear some of this stuff off the wall, and make it look a little better. Because I felt bad the other day. I did a stream for the where I was on TV, and I'm sitting there, it was like late at night. I was just getting ready to go to bed, and I'm like sitting there, and I looked at the backdrop, and I just went, oh man, not good. Maybe I could do a day. Yeah. Well, do whatever you need to do, but let me know. Maybe we can do coffee or something. Um, yeah. So anyway, let's see here. Everything is working. Let me make sure that this thing is on. Let's see here. All right, let me do this. This is going to be the link here. Well, I'll put the link in the description for this video. That'll be on in about as soon as I get offline, and then a couple of minutes later, it'll be on. Now, just so you guys know, I had to title things a little bit differently, and the same with this impromptu morning espresso. I would have liked to put a bunch of keywords and actually had in the title that I was going to talk about the Wuhan, I was going to talk about what happened yesterday and this weekend with the shooter and all this other kind of stuff. I was going to talk about it. And I was going to put the titles in, but every time you put the information, if you put anything in, like about anything controversial, anything, then what you do is you set it up to where YouTube is not going to monetize you, and they may even pull your video down. So I don't want to have that problem. I hated that show, In Search Of. That was the one with Leonard Nimoy, wasn't it? Yeah, I didn't like that show. It wasn't one of my favorite shows. To each his own. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't really like that show. I'll tell you what, I've been watching the hell out of Bonanza. Thank you to Mr. Longhorns, who's back home now in Sweet Home, Texas. He talked about watching it, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I like Bonanza. And I tried to watch Big Valley. Couldn't watch it. Just doesn't hold a candle to Bonanza. Although I did like looking at Linda Evans back then when she was younger. She was a fine-looking woman. So anyway, I don't know what's on the agenda. Don't know if I'll be streaming on Wednesday because I'm streaming today. Could be. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. But in any event, I'll be back. Rockford Files was alright. Wasn't one of my favorites. But I didn't dislike it. I like Columbo. It wasn't like something where I was like, oh man, it's my favorite. But I liked it. Cannon. Nah, not really. Beretta, nah, not really. He was too schlocky. What's his name? The guy who got, what was his name in Beretta? Robert Blake. Ironside, I kind of liked Ironside. Chips, I watched it, but come on. I mean, look at it. Watch it now. It's so schlocky, man. It's just like, It's too much, you know. It's too phony. You know, I prefer watching documentaries. To be honest, I can't like. I didn't ever get, you know, like people talked about. Now I was already out of the country, but people liked the Everybody Loves Raymond. I watched it. I was like, this is the dumbest show. Same thing with the what's the one According to Jim or something like that with Jim Belushi, or who was it? Was it Jim Belushi? Yeah, I can't watch that stuff. It's stupid. You know what I did like? Here. Yeah, I did like Telly, but I liked. That's it right there, baby. I was a young kid. That used to scare the hell out of me. I'd watch that at night. I'd be like, oh, be careful. I didn't want the old guy to die. MASH, eh. Yeah, I liked it back then. I can't really watch it now. I believe Billy was telling me the other day that he really, really likes MASH. Again, a little bit. It's definitely better to me than say, like The World According to Jim or whatever. Well, watch Porky's. And we're on the stream. This subject of movies. Watch Porky's. I mean, but that's about how it was back then, though, with young guys. I mean, I still remember being a young guy. 15, 16 years old, going out after the football game, my mother would say, you have to be home at 12 or something like that. Game was over at 10:30, man. We were at the pizza joint, had a couple beers, boom, we're down out in the woods. There was yeah, jerks, great. We're out in the woods, and you had a couple cases of beer, the doors open, and the music playing. People sitting on the hoods of their cars, and the Breakfast Club. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, whatever. All right, let's just say it. Ferris Bueller's Day Off was pretty brilliant of them to make him talk to the camera. I thought that was pretty funny. It kind of lightened the mood. It made you not take the movie too seriously. Can't get into Hill Street Blues. You see? Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Of course, I liked, Midnight Express. That was enough for me. And actually, National Geographic did a, Banged Up Abroad or Locked Up Abroad on that same, the same guy. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great movies out there, but, like for me, I've seen a lot of them, 5 times, 10 times. Not in a Groundhog Day that much, Bill Murray is hit or miss with me. Same with, what's his guy's name? Papillon's a great movie. What's the guy's name? Will Ferrell. Can't stand the guy most of the time. Adam Sandler. Can't stand the guy most of the time. But once in a while, they come out with something brilliant. Like, what was the Old School with Will Ferrell, where he's running down the street butt naked and his wife sees him? I mean, you can't make that shit up, that definitely happened. Midnight Cowboy was pretty good. I like the one. What was the one with Jeff Bridges and Stacy Keach as boxers? Or he was a boxer and Keach was a trainer, I believe. Fat City. Yeah, I mean, Bill Murray in Caddyshack, that was brilliant. It was about as good as you can get. But Fat City's a pretty good movie. It didn't get, a lot of people don't even know what movie it is, but it was a boxing movie. Jeff Bridges was a boxer. I think Stacy Keach was his trainer. I don't remember the whole movie. I used to have it and I used to watch it. And then my all-time favorite, probably my all-time favorite, and I tried watching it the other day, but the quality wasn't very good. Salvador. Probably one of my all-time favorites. And the other one is, come on, Princess Bride. What is it? Why don't you just put Sleepless in Seattle, okay? Sorry. Anything with Reese Witherspoon now, and what's her name? Well, for a while there, Cameron Diaz. Ugh, I can't stand those chicks. You know? I mean, listen, Reese Witherspoon was a good-looking woman, but can't do it. Cameron Diaz, she bugs me. Under Fire, great movie. Salvador, great movie. What was that one about the flowers? Let me see. I like photography movies too. Bang Bang Club was good. If you ever get a chance to see Finding Vivian Mayer, which I saw when it first came out, that's an incredible story. I don't particularly agree with what went on. Platoon, yes. If you ever get a chance to see this documentary, you may be able to see it right online on YouTube now. I don't know. But it's called Finding Vivian Mayer. And it's about a woman who was a nanny. Anybody who loves photography should watch it. She was a nanny. And, by day she would take care of the kids or whatever. And she would go out. She would have time off sometimes. And sometimes she'd be able to go after work and walk down the street. And she used to have a Rollei, I think it was a Rollei, what do you call it? What the hell was it? Rolleicord or Rollei, something. It was the Rollei company. I can't remember the name of the camera. But she had it was she would go out and she'd bring her camera with her, and all she did was take photos. She'd just take photos everywhere, and she was very serious about it. But she didn't ever show them to anybody. She didn't show the photos to anybody. So eventually, she got fired or got let go. She went to another place. She got let go, and she fell on hard times, and she had a storage unit, and it got to the point where she couldn't pay for the storage unit, and so they auctioned off the storage unit. Some guy found the storage unit, went through it, and found all those photos that she had taken. Yeah, that's a great movie. I like Once Upon a Time in the West. Is that the one? I love that movie. I like it more than Once Upon a Time in America. But anyway, they went into to her storage unit, that they had purchased, this guy, and found all these photos and started looking into it. And he's like, "Hey, man, these are great." And then he got some people to look at them, and he sold some of them, and so now her stuff's all on exhibition and everything. I never heard that one, buddy. Oh, is that the one with the guy in Argentina? Wow. What is the other one? Salt of the Earth, that's Sebastian Delgado, I think. Born into Brothels, that was a pretty good movie. These are documentaries. Everybody Street, I really liked that movie. I always tell Jono to watch it. I don't think he watched just a couple clips of it. Mexican Suitcase is pretty good. War Photographer, if you ever get a chance. Now that movie I'm pretty sure is on YouTube. Motorcycle Diaries. Yeah, that was good. Um, WKRP. Yeah, that's when Lonnie Anderson was such a big star because she had big tits. She never did anything for me though, really. I don't know. She never has. The whole time she's been a star. I mean, good for her. She's got her career and everything, and she got on the shows. Okay, I mean, I don't have to like everybody, and that's okay. But I never did really get into her character or any of her movies that she was in or any of the shows she was in. She just never did. She didn't draw me to her. She didn't have that effect. What is this? Baraka? Did I see that one? Harrison's Flowers. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, if you want to watch a good movie, Harrison's Flowers. That's a good movie. I highly recommend that. Let's see here. Another one. This is a bit offbeat. I don't know how they came up with his name. Pecker. You gotta watch Pecker. It's with that kid Edward. Well, he's not a kid anymore. Edward Furlong, and he's carrying a kid. It's pretty funny. He carries a camera around with him everywhere, taking photos, and then he becomes a star, and it shows everything that happens. And it was a pretty funny movie. Never heard of Valley of Flower. Don't know it. Anyway, seeing if there's any other really memorable ones. I don't like Annie Leibovitz. McCullen. Well, that's one of my favorite photographers. So, McCullen. No, the name of the movie was actually Pecker. Harrison's Flowers, excellent movie. Excellent. But look up this one. McCullen. And what was that other one I said? Ooh, I'd like to watch that. Strand of the Dark Cloth. If you want to watch something a little bit weird, what's the name of this one? Yeah, okay. Here's another. This is photography one. Now you see, this is how bad my memory is. I looked at the name. I come over to in a different window. I come over to this window and I forgot the name of the movie. Yeah. Okay, I said war photographer here. What is it? William Eggleston in the Real World. William Eggleston in the Real World. Yeah, I've seen that one too. We're throwing out suggestions for everybody. Today's a Sunday night there in the United States. It's a Monday holiday here, so got to think up some movies. Although I got to clean up my work area, and I got a bunch of stuff to do, but I don't feel like going anywhere. What was the other one? Oh, very easy to remember. Great movie. And this guy, God, I can't think today for some reason. James Nachtwey. He's older now. I don't think he's still shooting any wars or any conflicts. But he came to Thailand in the last coup, and he got shot. He got shot in the leg. Not seriously, but still, he got shot. It wasn't the first time. And he was one of the guys in the movie The Bang Bang Club. Another one, City of God. Good movie. What was this one? Is this the one that I was thinking? Let me see here. It may not be Harrison's Flowers. It may be in this one that I thought was so good. Oh, yeah. This was a really good movie. I will put the... Holy shit, it did horrible at the box office. Fantastic movie, though. All right? Let me give you this here, and then I gotta say goodbye. A thousand times. What is it? Good night? Is that what it is? Yeah. 1,000 times good night. Excellent. So now you got a bunch of movies to watch. I suggest staying away from Harvey Weinstein. I don't know if anybody noticed or saw, but there was an article that came out a week ago, 2 weeks ago, about a woman who saw Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, City of Ghosts was excellent. Harvey Weinstein, and said that his private parts were deformed. She said he was, what was the word that she said? Something like, he didn't have all his parts there, or it was he's like a hermaphrodite. Which, I don't know why the news needs to be reporting that, but that it's big news. Because people are like, oh, he's been doing all these things to these women, and he's a hermaphrodite. I don't know. Pretty disgusting. I don't know. The older I get, the less I want to hear about other people and their organs and their activities. Yes. It's pretty nasty. My eyes hurt, man. I'm tired. I'm old. I gotta go do some photography tomorrow and Wednesday. I got things to do. Push myself to do them. Anyway, my eyes, I need some Visine or something. I need maybe some more sleep. Stem off the aging process. You can't say that, man. You can't say these things on YouTube. You can say he's a hermaphrodite. But you can't say, that. You can't have any issues with YouTube. I already got plenty of them. Can't have any more. Good night, Mr. Mitch. Good night. Good night, good night. Appreciate everything. Let me get my glasses on. I gotta read my little spiel. Because my brain, I need to write everything down now. That way I remember. Oh, I don't have it? Where's it at? I didn't even use a cheat sheet like I usually do with notes and everything. I need notes now. If I don't use the notes, I forget. I get off track, and I forget stuff. Anyway, we got a video going up in probably about 5 minutes. I believe it's already online and ready to go. I just have to click the button. So that'll go up. But thank you to all those who watched today and who contributed. Appreciate it. Join me for another stream whenever it is, which might be Wednesday. It might be on Friday. I don't know. Watch the video going up in a few minutes. I believe I put the link in the description. Videos go up every Saturday and Monday, somewhere around 9 o'clock a.m. Bangkok. Today's a little later because I'm streaming. Streams Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, and or whenever I damn well feel like streaming. Please subscribe. Hit the little bell button. Please subscribe. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 15,000, and every time I seem to go up 10 and down 12. Ever since I went to Hong Kong. Before Hong Kong, I never lost any subscribers. I always kept going up slowly. I mean, I didn't lose. I might lose 3, but I'd gain 5, you know. But now it's a little bit different. Ever since I went to Hong Kong. So maybe a bunch of Hong Kongers, they're like, you know, when he was talking about Hong Kong, I want to watch, but now I don't want to watch. Leave a comment below. Check the description for further details. If you feel like becoming a Patreon patron, there's a link down in the description. PayPal's down there, Apple Pay, all that other kind of stuff. If you feel like helping out that way, great. If not, that's okay too. Visit my website, visit my Amazon site, whatever. Get one of my books. Get Manscaped. I got my Manscaped Your Balls Will Thank You shirt on. They also have some great underwear. Stretchy, comfortable, supportive. That keep you from chafing. They got the razor. Where's my razor at? I thought I had it. If I had it right here at my ready, I would show it. But they got a great razor, the Lawnmower 2.0. Use the code Mallon20 to get 20% off. And go to manscaped.com for that. And I guess that's all I got. So until next time, I'll see you guys later. There it is there.